Hi, Julie Jones from SSP Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week, brought to you by Game Day Sportswear. This week we're talking about 2 ways to stay on track over the holidays. This is a great day. I started my day off this morning talking to coaches, and then I got to work with Northern Illinois softball, and real quickly here I'm going to be working with a basketball team and then 2 more Division I softball teams. And then tonight I get to work with 3 really cool athletes. And it's busy because it's almost the end of the semester. And whether or not our lives are dictated by an academic calendar, which mine has been my entire school and professional life, we all look forward to the holidays. We all look forward to the friends and the family, or at least most of us do. We look forward to the change in our schedule. We look forward to the festivities and everything that goes along with the month of December, which is the fastest month of the year, if you ask me. But along with all those things come joy, of course, but distractions. And that change to our schedule can sometimes lead us to behaviors that aren't so helpful. College coaches send their athletes home and they have their fingers crossed that they're going to do the workouts that they spent so much time putting together, and they send them away and hope that they come back in as good a shape as they left them. We don't know because they're gone, but what we do know is that what we do every day impacts our success. So no matter whether we're a college athlete or whether we are on an academic calendar or on a fiscal year budget calendar, we all have plans, like our college athletes, to do things over the holidays to keep ourselves on track. But then all these other things that seem so much more fun, or all the other food that seems so much more appealing, sometimes get in the way. So what can we do? I have 2 suggestions. This morning I was reminded very, very vividly of why having our vision in front of us all the time is so important. I spent time with Northern Illinois and we talked about communication and feedback and how to give it and why it's so important to understand each other and what our relationships mean to what we can do over break together even though we're apart, and what do they mean as it relates to each of our own personal visions. One of the athletes told the story that she was talking with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend said, "Do you even love softball anymore?" And she was like, "Whoa, what do you mean?" And he said, "You just complain all the time, or you're always picking things apart, or it doesn't sound like you're even having fun." So that hit her hard. In the busyness of life, we forget what our vision is. We forget our why. We forget why we put in the work, why we're doing what we do, and our vision needs to be front and center. The old adage of out of sight, out of mind hasn't been in our vernacular since the 1500s because it's not true. It is true. What's out of sight is out of mind. And even though we do things every single day, why we do them or the vision that we have for where we're going with them often gets lost in the shuffle, particularly around the holidays. So what was this athlete's vision? Her vision was to ensure that front and center every single day, she put on her vision board or her mirror or whatever it is that you want to use as your vision board. If you're not creative, you can go to Canva. They have all kinds of great templates, but you don't have to have a board. You can have a quote or a picture. But she was going to put something in front of her that reminded her, and we made a little joke, says, "You're going to have this big heart with a big softball in the middle of it." She said yes, because she needs to remember that she loves playing softball. She forgets that at practice. She forgets that when pressure comes on. We need to have things front and center. What we want. We talk about that almost every week. What do we want? What's our vision? And where does yours need to be so that you can remember it? I am going to put together a vision board over break. Lots of the Northern Illinois players will as well. And then they're going to talk with their coaches about it, because what we learned today when people went through their visions was what makes people tick. We need to remember what makes us tick. We need to remember why we do what we do. And if we share that with those that we work with, whether it's our team or maybe our team at work, we can get to know a lot about the ways that we can communicate, give, and receive feedback. We can build a ton of positives by sharing our vision. But most importantly, if we don't remember our vision, we can never show it to somebody else. Having the vision in front of us every single day helps us measure whether our behaviors, what we're doing, actually meets what it is that we want to be, or where it is that we really want to go. Because it's not about what we say or what we say we're going to do or what we think about doing. It's about what we do. As Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. We are not what we repeatedly talk about. We are not what we repeatedly intend to do. We are what we repeatedly do. Is what I'm doing matching my vision? Is what I'm doing upholding my why? Put it front and center. Since the 1500s, they've been saying out of sight, out of mind. We all need it front and center. That's number one. Number two, a simple way to help stay on track throughout the holidays by following what it is that we need to do to get better is write down something that you did every single day to make you a better fill in the blank, a better softball player, a better leader, a better parent, a better mental performance coach. What did you do today that made you better? And if you skip a day, make sure you stop it right there. You fall off the horse, get right back on. We don't want to have 2 days in a row where there's nothing filled in our little journal. One thing, how did you get better? The other thing that this does for us is it reminds us of the fact that we are putting in the work. We're putting in the work. So if we put in the work when we get back to campus or when it's time to perform, we should feel confident in the fact that we are ready. Why? Because we did what we needed to do to get better. We made choices. Our behaviors reflected our goals. By doing what, Dr. Ziegler used to say. You got a goal, that's great. By doing what? How are you going to get there? Do your behaviors match getting better? If they don't, you're not going to get better because we are what we do. The last thing I'll add to this is this. When you choose the behaviors that make you better, when you choose the behaviors that fit your vision, celebrate them. Why? Because when we come up and face pressure, when we are in a situation that's uncomfortable, our brain is looking to pull up memories of experiences that can help us, or maybe not, work through what we're facing right now. And our memories are really tightly tied to emotion. Think about it. Your strongest memories are the best things that happen to you and the most devastating things that have happened to you. Why? Because there's tons of emotion all tied up in those memories. The day my son was born, amazing. The day my mom passed away unexpectedly, not amazing. But both memories are vivid as heck because so much emotion is tied with them. And every time you're embarrassed or frustrated or disappointed, you tie emotion to that. It's just how we operate. But when you make the choice to do something good, to get better, you just walk through it like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do. And you move on to the next thing. I say, celebrate those things. That doesn't mean you throw a party and go have a donut. It just means, yes. Grace Lugamule, who played for us at Cleveland State, 2-time Horizon League Pitcher of the Year, was really quiet and not very expressive. But every now and again, she gave herself one of these when she would strike someone out. And when she did that, I was like, boom, Grace is in. But if we do that for ourselves, that sends emotion. It ties emotion. It sends good chemicals to our brain. Maybe it's just a little, that a girl, or a little, good job, we did it today. Check, boom, there we go. We're tying positive emotion to good stuff. So then when our brain goes back and looks for those experiences, it can pull those up. They have a fighting chance against all the mistakes we've made that we have so much emotion tied to. So celebrate the season and celebrate when you make the right choices because it's a choice. It's a choice. The decision's already been made. Now you're making the choice to follow what you want, to get better, to do the work, to match your vision, to uphold your why. So where do you need your vision to be? Put it front and center. Put it on your phone. You look at that how many times a day? What's research say? We check email 70 times a day. Maybe you put it on your email. Maybe you put it on the face of your computer. Put it on your mirror. And then get yourself a journal. And every day, build your evidence journal of why you deserve to succeed. Not that someone owes you that, but because you're putting in the work. You're building your own confidence by saying, I am choosing every single day to do something that's making me a better, you fill in the blank. So seeing our vision is part of vision. You got to look at it. It's got to be front and center. Writing things down commits them to our memory, allows us to evaluate it. It reminds us one more time. We do it, and now we're writing it, and now we're reading it, and we're seeing it. It's committing these good things to memory, and we're celebrating it even better. And if nothing else, at least those great endorphins make us feel good. Serotonin and dopamine are good stuff. And if we can do that for ourselves, we have won the day. So I encourage you to post your vision. I encourage you to keep a record of good. We're really good at keeping a record of bad. Tie emotion to the good stuff. And that will make your holiday season even better. Have a great holiday season. Well, I'll see you before that if you watch this every week. But this is a great way and really simple ways to stay on track. So manage those moments, celebrate the good behaviors, and keep your vision front and center. And have a great week.